Each of you has a handout. That handout is a copy of the slides I'll be sharing. All of you have another handout. It will be discussed here in a little while. I was terrified of doing evaluations when I first started in Toastmasters. The reason behind that, I was new, and there were a lot of experienced people in the club. It just frightened me. But then I realized, why is this frightening me? I learned that after a few speeches in this Evaluate to Motivate program, anybody in here can evaluate to motivate. Even Steve Blake. Anyone can learn this program. You just need to do a few speeches in the club. That's something you want to consider. And then consider the things that I share with you all today. Let's take a look at who benefits from this program. I said everybody can benefit from this program. But the first person that benefits is the speaker. They're the ones that are going to get that helpful feedback. What did I do well, and what can I improve upon? The next person is the evaluator. As an evaluator, you have to have sharp listening skills. In this club, we videotape our speeches. But while it's all happening, no one can go back and rewind and say, let me write that down for my evaluation. We have to pay attention to everything that is happening. No pressure. It also helps us with our impromptu speaking. When you're an evaluator, you may have 10, maybe 15 minutes to write your notes before you come up and give an evaluation. You don't have a long period of time to write your notes. Therefore, it helps you sharpen those impromptu speaking skills. The next group that it helps is the entire audience, everybody here. This gives you all the opportunity to learn by observation. What Shane says you may not have heard about in the past. Ted Martin, one of his evaluations, I learned about the stand in one area, make a point. Another area, make a point. Another area, make a point. I wouldn't have known about that unless Ted had mentioned it in an evaluation. Therefore, everybody has the opportunity to learn. The speaker, the evaluator, and the audience. Now that we know who can benefit, what are those benefits? You get immediate feedback. You don't have to wait hours, days, weeks, or months to get your feedback. You get it tonight, here. And the goal is to get that positive feedback and those points of improvement, because we all want to hear the great things that are being said about us, but we can go from good to great with those improvement notes. And with those improvement notes, you're going to want to learn, okay, I need to improve on this. How? And it's important for an evaluator to provide those points, not only of improvement, but how am I going to do it? Such as, if I stand statically in one spot, maybe instead I could move on the stage to make my points. The other thing is you want to build and maintain self-esteem. An evaluation is not made to tear someone apart. You're here as an evaluator to keep that momentum going. Someone gets their first speech, they're a little uneasy, but they can move forward and you can tell them that. Then the second speech is better, the third speech is better. You want to keep the momentum moving. Therefore, these are the things that can benefit not only the speaker, but everybody. Toastmasters uses the tell and sell approach. The evaluator is the one that does the talking. It's a one-way discussion. Why is that? Why is it a debate format? An evaluator only has 3 to 5 minutes, or 2 to 3 minutes to give their evaluation, and we don't have 10 hours in this meeting to listen to a back and forth conversation. And that's the point of keeping meetings efficient. If you have additional comments you want to tell the evaluator, wait till after the meeting, and then you can have that discussion. Also, by making a one-way conversation, that speaker can listen to what's being said. If you're having a conversation with somebody, you're taking in information, and then you are projecting information. It is tough whenever you are talking to absorb the information that the evaluator is trying to give you. Therefore, Toastmasters, every Toastmaster meeting I've attended does the tell and sell approach. The evaluator speaks and everybody listens. Now, how do we evaluate? Let's take a look at some of these steps. One of the first things you want to do is, prior to the speech, talk to the speaker. What are the objectives that the speaker is trying to cover? The one thing that you want to do is also look at this, including the objectives. The key is, do not use this as your evaluation technique. You want to fill out the notes on this and then come up with your own evaluation style. And the other thing is, what are the concerns of the speaker? With me, it's my use of my hands. Evaluator, did I use my hands too much during this speech?
Yeah, you did.
All right, there we go. But I want to tell Shane, I tend to talk with my hands. Please monitor them during my speech. After this point, during the speech, you want to show you're interested. If you're, that sure sounds like a great speech, but I'm not projecting that I'm listening. You want your speaker to know that you are paying attention to what they have to say, listening to what they say. So if I'm looking over at my evaluator and he is looking at the ceiling, I'm thinking, uh-oh, I must have big problems with this speech. That show that you're interested. But you also want to take notes as well. So give that eye contact, but then also take your notes. He's taking notes and he's giving me eye contact. Therefore, I feel like he's, there you go. Exactly. Now for the evaluation, you want to personalize your language. Stay away from you type phrases. You could have done better. You need to do this. Instead, use I phrases such as, I believe that if you use the stage differently, it would enhance your speech. Then for the evaluation, do not evaluate the person, evaluate the speech. Telling somebody that they look better as a brunette rather than a blonde is not an evaluation. Or that they need to have a facelift and lose 40 pounds. That isn't an evaluation of a speech. Evaluate the speech, something that's in the speech. And then you're also going to evaluate by promoting self-esteem once again. Encourage the speaker to speak again. It's not about tearing the speaker down. It's about building the speaker up. But then you don't want to sugarcoat it. If I'm showing signs of nervousness up here, everybody can notice it. It's not a secret to anybody. Telling somebody, you were so calm up there. I've never seen anybody calmer. That's not something it's something that everybody is saying, and you want to share an idea of, I can tell you're a little nervous up there, but practice a little bit more, and I bet you that nervousness goes away. In that case, be upbeat, but also share the areas of improvement. That's why we're here. Once again, use the evaluation as a guide only. How well did the speaker's topic apply to the audience? Question mark. And then if you read the answer, and then go to the next one, was the topic well researched? That doesn't provide a logical flow in an evaluation. Instead, try some of these techniques. And one of these I have provided you all. See what I heard, what I saw, and what I felt. Which I did that a few weeks ago in one of our meetings. Consider coming up with a format that might work for you. Try some different ones, such as the chronological. Start with the beginning of the speech, and evaluate that speech all the way from the introduction, the body, and conclusion. Also, there's the Oreo or sandwich technique, which you sandwich improvement between two very great points or uplifting points that the speaker did an excellent job on. But try different techniques. See what works for you. And as I said, I provided this. This is a form that I use personally. Ted uses mind mapping. Find a form that works for you. Guidelines. Treat the evaluation as a mini speech. Let it have an opening, a body, and conclusion. If the speech affected you personally, let the speaker and audience know about that. Summarize your key points at the very end. And I have a summary section on this form here. And also, if something inspired you in the speech, say it. And not only say that, but inspire the speaker to speak again. Such as, great job, I can't wait to hear your next speech. Call to action. Practice, practice, practice. That's the practically only way to go from a good evaluator up to a great evaluator. Just practice, practice, practice. One way to do that is sit at your desk area right now and evaluate speakers sitting there. Then talk to your mentor and share your notes with them and ask them if you're on the right track. Or share them with the speaker themselves. I'm sure they would like an extra evaluation to help them. The other thing is be a speech evaluator at a club meeting. Like I said, after a few speeches and my wonderful Evaluate to Motivate speech, everyone in this room should be able to do an evaluation. Even on a DTM like David or Ted, even you.
Can I say?
Even you, even you, even you, even you. You can give it a speech on practically everybody or any speech evaluation. And the other thing is contests. That takes you to another level, and then you're speaking in front of an audience that you're not familiar with. Therefore, I hope you're motivated to evaluate with my Evaluate to Motivate speech. Niall, was that too engineer-like? Maybe? Maybe. Oh no, I'm going to be evaluated by Niall afterwards. Therefore, go out and evaluate and motivate.